Today is a big day for us as it is the top of the table clash between us and fellow promotion chasers Bournemouth. Hello and welcome back to Club 2 episode 5 of Unemployed to Legend. My name is Craig and coming up in today's episode it is the top of the table clash between ourselves away at Bournemouth. Now, since you were last with me, we've played about half a dozen games since the last episode. We've tried to keep the winning run going as long as possible. Yes, we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup at the hands of Manchester City at 3-2 though. Not a bad scoreline, although we did take the lead twice. But we had to come up against the OP powers that were Phil Foden and Raheem Sterling. But otherwise, in the league, it was as you were. We've been trying to rack up as many points as possible, especially going into this game today, and effectively carrying on winning as many games as possible means we still sit top of the championship, 38 points from 14 games. As you can see, Bournemouth only 3 points behind us, as currently we sit as the only unbeaten team in the championship, but Bournemouth are going to have a big say about that today. It is a big game, as mentioned. I can't stress that enough, to be honest with you, and it has been made harder by the fact we've had a few injuries recently to quite a few key players, and two of them thankfully are back today. We'll be going through that in the starting 11, but two players who will be missing are our keeper Verbrugge, who's picked up a groin injury. He stays out for another couple of weeks, and Tom Cadwell. Is it Tom? Sorry, Todd. Todd. I still don't know my players' names. Todd Cantwell is unfortunately still out for another 4 or 5 days, having picked up a twisted ankle just a few weeks ago. So he will be out of today's game. He'll be back in the second game, which I haven't mentioned, is against Preston. But he's had a very good season so far as Cantwell. He'll be a big miss today, I think. 4 goals and 13 assists. Just in the league. That's just in the league. In fact, he's got no other assists in the cup. So yeah, he's had an amazing season thus far, which is why I'm so happy he's come to me and he said he's happy to stay at the club this season, which will hopefully take the pressure off us from selling him in January. It's just Hughes and Aarons we now need to try and keep hold of. So this is going to be the starting 11 for our game against Bournemouth. Bachmann is in goal and he will be for the considerable future, hopefully. Pedersen at left back with Mavropanos and Quaresma at centre back. Quaresma back in the squad after a 3-game suspension. He was sent off for a straight red card against Portsmouth last month. Aarons at right back. Exposito is also back in central midfield today. He's been injured for the past couple of games. Alongside Downs in central midfield, Balogun on the left wing, Ferdy on the right wing. Will Hughes playing in attacking midfield instead of Cantwell, who's out because of the aforementioned injury, and Peter Lynch as the sole striker. As far as our attack goes though, we have been scoring for fun, which is very, very fun to see. Peter Lynch hasn't been scoring as much, so I played him as a right winger in the last game. And he has started scoring. Well, I say started, he scored once in his 1 game out there, which was very, very pleasing to see. Balogun, on the other hand, continues his resurgence and his redemption in his championship career. He's now got 11 or 12 goals so far this season, and already Bournemouth have just picked up an injury. I don't know how critical he is, although I think we're going to find out anyway. Just over from a free kick. One thing I have found out about Bournemouth, they are currently managed by Maurizio Pochettino of all managers. I mean, that just seems a little unfair, doesn't it? I looked at his manager career as well. He hasn't been to PSG. So I think he only went to PSG this season in real life. In real life, we're still in 2020-21 season. In the game, we're currently in 2023-24. So he left Tottenham in 2019 and he took up the Bournemouth job quite literally this year in 2023. So I don't know how they tempted him there, as another free kick just goes wide, thankfully. For my heart, that is. And we're going at half-time 0-0. But Bournemouth must have tempted him with some serious amount of money. Right, which one should I go with? The assistant recommends. The media have given you a lot of credit. We've been the better team here. No, I think we should go with the media have given you a lot of credit. We'll continue going with that for the moment. But so far, 0-0. By the looks of it, Bournemouth, it's been a bit of a shot-shy game, I think, for both teams. I think both teams giving each other just that little bit of respect in the first half. We'll see if that changes in the second, as Peter Lynch is forward here and wastes a very good opportunity. I think he did have time, to be fair, to actually take that ball down and take it forward, but he seems to be suffering a little bit of a crisis almost, I think, up front. So I'll tell you what we're going to try. We are going to try Balogun up front. Lynch can go to the right, and Ferdy I think can come off. Willock can come on. It is sort of that time for substitutes anyway. Willock has actually been half decent for me so far this season. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do as well. Lynch, we will just give him a touchline shout. Just encourage him a little bit. I think Willock is looking a bit more composed compared to the last game against Birmingham, so we'll see how that goes. Right. Oh, there's a highlight. Right, I was about to make a change, but we'll have to wait till after this highlight. The corner to Bournemouth. Ah, that's so unlucky. I think Willock tried clearing it and it just fell to Antuna and he just smacks one in. Ah, that's... I can't blame the keeper on that one, because what else could he actually do? That's a bit more unlucky rather than anything else. Right, Mengi is going to come on. Pedersen is knackered, so Aarons is going to go to left back. Mengi can come on right back. Exposito is also very tired. So what we're going to do, Davenport... Wait, no. What did I just do? So Hughes is going to go into that deep line playmaker role. I might actually get this right. And Davenport will come in as the... Let's say defensive midfielder. No, he can slot in there. He can slot in as the ball-winning midfielder. Downs can play as the box-to-box. He's more than good enough anyway. And yeah, Hughes is fine. Box-to-box midfielder is only on support anyway. Really? Mazzala, actually, Mazzala. I haven't used Mazzala in forever. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a highlight. It would be a shame if we don't, but by the looks of it, yeah, there goes our unbeaten run. I always knew the Bournemouth game away was going to be a tricky one anyway. I'm not happy with the performance because apart from that Peter Lynch highlights, we didn't really create anything. I mean, we're still top of the Championship at the moment, but Bournemouth are going to be breathing down our necks, I think, all season. So, yeah, that's quite disappointing. Nevertheless, we'll be back. Hopefully, we'll get back on track at home against Preston. Second game now against Preston, and we've got a few changes to the starting 11 and the bench. Pedersen is suspended for one match, so he'll miss this one. Kachi comes in at left back, as the left wing back for this game. Also, Mavropanos is being rested for this game. I was warned that he might need to have a rest, so he'll sit out this match, and Vargas will take his place in central defence. Also, Cantwell is now almost back from injury. He can play a maximum of 45 minutes. So he'll sit on the bench. Hopefully, he'll come on in the second half. Otherwise, it's as you were going into this home clash, and hopefully we can bounce back after the disappointment of that Bournemouth match. Right, media's giving you a little credit. Let's just pump up the fists for, I was going to say for Peter Lynch, but he didn't even respond. Right, come on boys, let's see if we can rack up some goals today. To be honest, I just want the victory. That's what I'm really looking for. I think Preston are a mid-table side. I'm not so sure, but preferably... I was about to say preferably we would win today, but clearly we're still feeling the effects of that last game against Bournemouth, which is never a good sign. Also, I did shut down the game after doing the playthrough yesterday. What I should have done was do the playthrough and then done the recording for these 2 matches. Maybe it might have been different. Who knows? Because what is it they say with Football Manager? Never shut it down. Oh, just saved. Good free kick by Lynch. Never shut it down when you're in good form. That's it. That's what they say. But I don't like to rely on that, to be honest with you. Oh, just cleared off the line by Catchy. Well done, sir. And unfortunately, Lynch wasn't really able to do anything with it. He headed it on, but he's the man who's supposed to be the furthest forward. How can you head it onto yourself unless you've got, you know, the pace of like Ronaldo or someone? Heading for half time here, and really, we're not really doing too much. It's a bit of a sloppy performance again. That's the first time I've seen us get the ball down. Lynch is through here, and he just can't score going forward at the moment. He wants to play as an advanced forward. In fact, it's actually in his contract. He wants to play in his preferred role, and we don't have Mavropanos up front, unfortunately, to take over. In fact, who is the man we've got on the near post for corners? So we've got Exposito, right, and Vargas is 6'1". Technically, he's fine. 5'10", 6'1". Who is that? That is Quaresma. You can get over there. Who are you? You're 5'8". Forget it. Where's my striker? Why is Lynch never on here? There's always one player missing. I don't know why. 6'1", 5'10", 6'1". Yep, you go there. Lynch is 5'11", so it doesn't even matter. This is the thing. Without Mavropanos, we are not as strong at corners because he's 6'4". That's what you got to remember. Right. Come on, lads. Show a bit of desire. Exactly. Show a little bit of desire. We're at home against Preston, for goodness sake. We've been pretty good at home so far this season. I don't know why you're not today. Maybe I need to change something up because we're looking like a team who can't really do anything. You know what? I think it's time. Cantwell, come on in. So Cantwell is going to go in attacking midfield. Let's see. Let's get him some match fitness back, if anything. Hopefully he'll be able to do something for this squad. Come on. Demand more. I think that's the first time I've used that on them this season. Hughes. Oh, just over. I don't know who was on the end of that. I think it was Vargas. I'm not sure. But at the moment, it really doesn't look like too much is happening, which is a real big worry. We've been looking to... Well, how do the tackles... How do the tackles only go through players? Come on! I'm getting... When you're losing, Football Manager really does stick it to you. Davenport is going to come on. Willock is going to go on the left-hand side. Lynch is going to go out to the right wing. Balogun can go up front. Hughes is tired, but I've got no more subs. Seriously, we were all we've been looking very, very good this season, and all of a sudden, no one suddenly wants to play. No one suddenly wants to play well. And Balogun, when you're not in... I was about to say when you're not in the greatest form. We've lost one match. Just come on. This is nonsense. It's almost like Football Manager saying, whoa, you've had too good a start to the season. And it's laughable. Like, we don't get any opportunity. We had barely any opportunities. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But you know what? It is what it is. Yeah, I'm far... It's just more disappointing rather than anything else. We've been looking so good this season. Then the Bournemouth match comes along and now suddenly we've just forgotten how to score. Awful. Absolutely awful. And we will be looking to rectify that in the coming games. Right. Where are we going to come back? I'm probably leaning at December. Somewhere in December. I'm leaning to Watford and Millwall. Watford are effectively around us. That will probably be a very big game. We've got some work to do. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. He's hoping we can get back to form very, very quickly. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and click subscribe down below for more Football Manager videos, especially more Unemployed to Legends content coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.